I think the bit of the video that's most interesting if I was watching it is what happens when you have a teenager and they don't go to bed. You went into school with your big girl confidence. Are you going to do the same tomorrow?
Yeah. That's my job done, but I'm doing it.
It's odd having a 6-year-old and a 13-year-old, to be fair. It's really hard to find something they all enjoy doing, but... So do you know how you're feeling? How are you feeling, first of all? And were you like me? This is the first time holidays I was genuinely so happy that they went back. This is my first day in a silent house. Because I had my sister's girls here for a week, I had my mum here, I've had Henrik's parents here, I've just had Finn's birthday, and it's just been absolutely hectic, and I just really need to get back into that routine, because I think as well the routine helps me to recharge my batteries, which I really, really need to do after that summer. We were just kind of chaos over summer, and so the kids are kind of like trying to get back into that getting up in the morning and bedtimes. Evelina literally co-slept with us the whole time in Sweden because the boys were in this kind of mezzanine bed and she could have fallen out, so she slept with me and Henrik. So getting that little girl back into her own bed has been a challenge, and actually she's struggling with going off in the mornings to school as well. So I'm just trying to get everything back in so that there's a structure and order and we get back into that, just that easy flow, because once everything's flowing you can actually then park all of that worry and just enjoy yourself is the plan. So come along for my evening routine with the kids. I was cracking up reading this summer. Have you seen this thing about the scrunchy mum? And I think you're gonna love it because I reckon we're so similar. So there's this thing online. So a crunchy mum is basically the mums, a lot of them I watch on social media, but they're like, you know, the 5 AM routine, all organic food, homeschool, the full works, everything sustainable and brilliant. And I'm like, wow. But then I'm also super inspired. There's the silky mum, which I hadn't heard of, which is the totally go with the flow mum. Not much of a routine, kids can eat whatever, whenever they like, snack on the go, they go to school, you know, they get on with stuff, and they're just much more of a chill vibe, you know, all the medication, just doing things in a very silky way, and both are like brilliant. But then there's this thing online about scrunchy mum, and I was like, oh my god, that is so us, because with gentle parenting I absolutely love it, but it gets misconstrued as like this sort of weird, that you do everything perfect as well. And I actually find that quite intimidating myself. But it's like, yes, I have plastic toys and I have wooden toys. Yes, my kids go to mainstream school, but we don't always do homework because we're sort of a bit more chilled about that. Yes, like I love to home cook all my meals, but when I'm doing it, the kids will 100% be on their screens. So it's just kind of getting that balance, and I think it's really, really fun. So come with me for my scrunchy mum. Hopefully this is just super realistic. I'm going to show it to you how it is, how it often goes, evening routine with my kids. And I also have a discount for you as well. So if like me you're trying to get back into routine, I know you guys love it when I have a HelloFresh discount and you use them all the time, and I'm so happy that you get some discounted food, because isn't that also a massive stress at the moment, like just how much food is costing, and even fitting in like getting the online orders and everything. So HelloFresh is absolutely brilliant. As you know, it's a home delivery box. You pick your meals online, you get tons of lovely recipes, and you can do the rapid ones, the family favorite ones. So I always use it when I'm really stuck in a rut, but also now to get Freddie off his screens. This is a very scrunchy mum comment actually. He loves being on his screen, but he does love cooking, and I actually think involving him in the dinner time gets me through an evening sometimes, just doing that. So he likes it as well, and it's so easy to follow, so we'll just do it together. So that's also a really good thing. And actually my niece who's 11, she loves doing HelloFresh meals as well, and she cooks following the ingredients. So it's a really fun activity as well for an evening. So I will leave, look at this beautiful QR code that they've given me. How cool is that? Takes another job off our hands, just scan that, and it's 60% off this time, 60% off your first box, and then also 25% off your next 8 boxes. So that's like 2 months worth of discounted meals. So it'll come in so handy at this time. Thank you so much, HelloFresh. I'll leave it here right now, and then I'm gonna go and get the kids. So scan this, order your box. I'm gonna pick up the kids, and then we'll go through my very realistic scrunchy mum bedtime routine. So this day when we got home, to be honest, the cleaners were coming, so the kids had to tidy up a little bit. They're quite good at doing it. They kind of chill out as well. And I went through the lunch boxes, saw what they hadn't eaten and what they had eaten. And I forgot totally that I had to sign up for school clubs, after school clubs. So I had to go online and really quickly do it to try and get Finn into football. Freddie's bedroom, oh my God, he had all this stuff he was just hoarding in his drawer, but we cleared it all up and Finn just turned 10. I actually can't believe it. He is the loveliest little boy, and I bought him these water balloons for his birthday. Our garden is kind of tiny by your standards, I'm sure. Best thing I've done is this pergola. So it's natural pergola and we can sit underneath it. And when we moved in, they were teeny tiny, but now we kind of make the best of it with like badminton. We can fit stuff in. We're like 20 minutes outside London and it's just the space that we have. We did get a cat a while ago and it has been the best decision we've made for Freddie. He absolutely loves Skylar so much. She gives him so much comfort. So we just played in the garden between 4 and 5. These water balloons, I just didn't want them to throw them at each other. So I said, throw them at the shed. And then I said, you can throw them at me as well. So one of the things we've implemented as a family to get through playtime at this time of day, because the boys can really wind each other up, is a safe word. So ours is Norman. The kids came up with it. I've talked about it before. People were like, that's really a smart idea, but basically it means, you know, when they're playing together and one of them's just saying, no, I don't want to, I don't want you to spray me, or I don't want to be wet right now, but they're sort of not really listening because a second ago it was really good fun. So the word Norman means immediately you need to stop, you need to move on, I'm not enjoying it anymore. And it just really helps. And they've literally came up with this after a disastrous time at a trampoline park, and ever since they've used it, and that must be literally about 3 years. It's been brilliant. And even for me, like I can be like, Norman, if I see one of them like doing something that you're like, I can tell that Finn's about to get annoyed, or I can tell that Freddie's getting irritated by the little ones. He uses it the most and he's 13. He's often like, Norman, like just give me a break from the little kids being like too much for him. Or if he kind of starts to get, because he'll use his words a little bit, and it will start sort of this kind of, when they're in secondary school, they kind of do this weird talking that's almost this negging, if you know, like negating, or like a bit like, you know, you're trash and all this stuff. And I'm like, Norman, and it's really quick and easy and gets to the point without you having to explain it all the time. Obviously we have the conversations before about why, but it's really useful. I really recommend having one in your family. It really works, so give it a go. Let me know if you have something similar. I know also parents use it between the two of them if they think I either need to hand over the kids because they're driving me crazy, so they say, like, you know, their word, which could be what's another word like Norman, Margot, and they can walk off and the parent knows, okay, I need to step in now. So it's really useful within a family and really underused little technique and little gentle parenting hack, because it is gentle parenting because it's teaching them. And Freddie will now say, I do not consent. So teaching about consent in this really childish way that makes total sense is really cool.
Someday we will collide someplace where we can hide our space. Forget the world outside just for a while. Some way we will be fine, safe place, just you and I, always. I will wait for us to collide.
So I'm just upstairs to pack the swimming bag, so we're going to go to their swimming lessons. So just Finn and Evelina do swimming lessons now because Freddie's kind of graduated that. It's so odd having a 6-year-old and a 13-year-old, to be fair. It's really hard to find something they all enjoy doing, but one thing the boys have really been good at like telling me is, I need to come home after school. I just need that homing beacon. I need to come back into, I guess, a safe place after they've been like bombarded with like 30 other kids, and just take my uniform off, chill out for a little bit. So I always just go, at least an hour where they can either just go on their devices. Today they really wanted to play, which was lush, and totally unexpected, to be honest. I was like, this vlog is going to be them sat on their devices. But then we go back out again, and even we can go out after dinner now because they're so much older. So it's really interesting how it takes a little while, even when they're babies. Remember that bit where your routine suddenly stops working for you and you have to sort of go back over it and figure it out. And I would say for after school, if you're having struggles to get them to clubs or anything like that, try to make it so you come home for a little bit first and then they go back out. And they're much more mature about doing that now, and they find it so much easier because they've had that little bit of time just to come home and chill. As an adult, I reckon I would rather just keep going. If I come home, I'm done. But they really like it, and I think it just shows how much they need to get back into the right headspace again, and it's so much easier to go back out later. So we're just swimming. Right, we are at swimming. I'm going to leave you in the car because I don't think it is that suitable to take a camera into a kid's swimming pool, do you think? I might get a little bit frowned upon. So we will see you in a little bit. Are you going to go on nicely, Evelina? Going to go straight into the sink? Yes, she is. She is. She is. She's going to go in with her big girl confidence because she's got big girl confidence this one. Okay, so today we're doing our HelloFresh, so we're going to do this one. It is cheesy pork burgers and chips. Freddie's going to help. Or wedges, and this is a family one that takes 30 minutes, so quite good for midweek. So you get the HelloFresh box from the fridge, number 3, the little pouch. I shall help you. Freddie's actually a very good cook.
I found it very quickly.
You did. You did.
I'll open it. Breadcrumbs.
Oh, pancake
barbecue sauce. Dried rosemary. Nice.
Because you love burgers, don't you? I think Freddie's actually a burger taster from around the world.
But you know.
How garlicky do you want it?
As a vampire.
How wedgy do you want your wedges?
Very wedgy. At school they started when they got all the spices on them, and it's really good.
You have to use your fingerprint to buy your food now. That's so cool.
Well, my fingerprint broke. So.
Your fingerprint's broken.
Well, I don't have a fingerprint because mine can work.
I thought back to when I was a teen and what I thought my parents thought of me, and I realised that what I wanted Freddie to feel like was that I enjoy his company, and I do.
So as a chef would do, a professional chef, you have to really give them excitement.
That looks like a massive burger.
Thank you.
Okay, dinner's ready. Dinner's ready, guys. Can you turn everything off? And can you help me lay the table? Have my little dinner bell. That is the signal. Squeeze off, it's dinner time. Right, can you guys help me lay the table? She looked back to the mirror to see that they were not visible in the reflection. Why would that be? Can you not see vampires in the reflection? Another sign, if anyone needed, that she belonged to a family of monsters. You are all vampires, she exclaimed.
Is this how you carry it, Mama? Yes,
go on, Freddie. My goodness. Finn, PJs now.
No.
PJs, and then you can look at your Pokemon cards with Freddie. So right at the end of the day, I'd like to say that the kitchen is closed. I feel like it's like a restaurant manager thing, but it's like all clean. No one can come back in here. No one can ask for more toast. It's done now. You want help with the toothpaste?
Yes.
I haven't shown everyone yet our fancy new bathroom. We have had our bathroom done. We now have a green, forest green shower. It's lovely, isn't it, in here now?
Yeah,
you can see in the mirror.
Barbie in here.
We also have Barbie, which I was like, we won't be having all the Barbies out once the bathroom's all done. And there she is. Do you remember how to turn on the light on the mirror?
Yeah.
Woo! Right, let's brush teeth. Look at that lovely girl. You've had a really good day today, Evelina. You went into school with your big girl confidence. You went into swimming and you smashed it. So you're proud of yourself? Are you going to do the same tomorrow?
No.
What are you going to do tomorrow? Even better. I think Maria Von Trapp is my ultimate mum-inspiration. You've not seen this side of music with me yet. I will be firm but kind. And all those children, heaven bless them, they will look up to me and mind me. I would like to have 7 children. Do you think 7 would have been good?
No.
No, just you.
Which one?
You've been reading some chapter books, haven't you, all by yourself? Evelyn's been reading these Wigglesbottom primary schools, but she says she's finished all of them already. You're obsessed with Christmas. At number 5.
Toys to drive.
So I think the bit of the video that's most interesting if I was watching it is what happens when you have a teenager and they don't go to bed at a kid's bedtime and they stay up with you for the whole evening. If you have a toddler or a tween or a 6-year-old, it's just like, what is going to happen? And it's really a game changer. So put the other 2 to bed now. It's 8:30 already. Henrik's actually still at work. He'll get home any minute now. And we sort of alternate it because sometimes me and Henrik want to watch something on Netflix together that's too grown up for him, and then he'll chill out in his bedroom. Or sometimes we'll be like, let's watch something together, then he can choose and we'll watch like a Stranger Thing or something. That's at our best. But it's so different. It's like going back to that almost totally different newborn stage where your evenings are still parenting, well, not parenting, but still with your kid. So it is different and it is hard, I would say, to adjust to it, because I got through the whole of lockdown with him still going to bed at like 8, and then he was like, started secondary, he's like, no, this isn't happening anymore. And sometimes he's up later than me, so I'll often go up and say goodnight. And we started to just get him off his screens a bit before bedtime, and he'll kind of chill out a little bit. But it's just learning at this stage, and as long as he's happy and he's balanced and he's spending time with family, he's doing school, he's doing his homework, he's getting through things, it's just going to be a whole new thing having a teenager. But yeah, the evening thing is really interesting, and I would love to know how you do it. We actually really like when like one of us is out, like I'll watch a documentary with Freddie, or Henrik will watch a whole movie with Freddie. So he's often here doing that, but when it's a couple evening, he also is happy to just chill out. So it's a whole thing, a whole thing. Thank you so much for watching this video. Any questions, ask me below. Please do say hi below. Do use that HelloFresh code as well. I'll pop it back on again, this QR code, because honestly, discounted food, 60% off a box. You will have the most delicious meals for a week, and then you get 25% off for the next 8 weeks as well. So what's not to love about that? Hope you really enjoy it, and I will see you very soon on my next video. Bye guys.